Hey guys, welcome to the third episode of the Gamepreneurs podcast, where gaming content creation and entrepreneurship meet. This week we're talking to Wavydamo, discussing his content creation journey. We go over different strategies, different goals, and basically just little things that you guys can maybe implement in your streams and your content to make it better. So just sit back, enjoy whatever you're doing. If you're in the gym working out, if you're driving in the car, whatever you're doing, I hope that you guys enjoy this and maybe learn something off it. Thank you. Enjoy the episode.
Welcome to the Gamepreneurs podcast, where gaming content creation meets entrepreneurship.
Thank you for coming on. Welcome to the Gamepreneurs podcast by The Trendy Gamer. How are you today?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me, actually.
Not a problem. It's actually my honor.
Yeah. I feel honored, dude.
That's good. I'm glad. So to get started, I'd like to know about like your history. Where did you start off in school? What kind of person were you? And how did that lead into what you're doing today? What happened in between you being a content creator and just a kid, and just tell us the whole story.
I think as a kid, I did a lot of things. I was a very active kid growing up. I was always out with friends, so I'm constantly like interacting with people. I used to skate. I played basketball, so I was very active, super active. And the older I got, even my jobs before was in customer service, so I'm like constantly talking to like a lot of people. So streaming for me, well, I guess like I benefited from like my history, my past. Because I was constantly talking to people and just making friendships and like, relationships with like random people.
I get you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the same. I'm still in my retail career. Oh, not really. I mean, I'm trying to end it at the moment, honestly, to go full time with this. I noticed that you went full time as well with your streaming. Like, when did you do that?
Yeah.
Like, did you do it when you went partner or something?
Well, actually, I got partnered just last December. Okay. I've been a full-time streamer for a whole year now.
Wow.
It's a funny story because I've always thought about being a full-time streamer, and I was doing this for part-time. Okay. And there was always this fear in my head. I mean, it's normal to.
It's scary. It's very scary.
It's definitely scary. So I never thought of actually doing it until the time when I got fired from my work.
Oh, okay.
So I got fired. So I guess like at that moment I was forced to actually try it out. I told myself, you know what? Yeah.
Awesome. Was there like a time in between that it was a struggle? Maybe I should get another job, but you just kind of went through it?
Well, actually, I made sure that I actually got rid of like most of my bills.
Okay.
Because I mean, streaming it is a grind. It's not, it doesn't really guarantee you like money every month.
Yeah.
At that time last year, just before I got fired, my stream was actually starting to build a community.
Okay.
So those people that was in my community at that time, they found out that I got fired and they supported me.
Yeah.
So I was able to actually get by every month.
Wow.
And so they honestly, like, I owe so much to my community.
That's great. Yeah, you have to have a certain something about you to have that community behind you. When you do though, that's awesome to have, man. That's really good that you had that. I interviewed some, I'm not sure if you know him, Dre Nilla, and he was telling me like pretty much the same thing. He's an Apex streamer, but he told me like he got to that point where he was about to leave his job, and what kind of made him do it was that there was that opportunity and that kind of support that had him. So yeah, I mean, I kind of see that with both of you. Like it's a big jump, it's a big risk, and it's scary, but like when you have that community behind you, like it can take you places. So that's awesome.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So
I think having a community with you
definitely
is a blessing. And like I said, like my community, I mean, I'm so appreciative when it comes to my community.
It shows too. Definitely.
Yeah, appreciate that.
So like,
thank
when
you.
What do you attribute to like building that community? So like, is there anything that you did maybe before when you were still a very small streamer that you think like, oh, if I want to build these connections, what should I do?
Well, actually, since I started streaming, I've always looked at my stream as a business.
Yeah.
I made sure that I stayed professional, but not completely professional. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made sure that, like, once I turned that stream on, that I welcome everybody. Make them feel welcome, make them feel like they're here and they're a part of us.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing that really helped us build the community is not grow. I think it's a family-based community where they could like literally just be themselves and like talk and interact and experience like each other's history and connect with each other. So I think that's my main point when it comes to like my community, at least. Yeah. And I'm sure there's a lot of communities just like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, really that's how I build.
Yeah, like when I joined your stream, I felt like it was very welcoming. You would say hi to everyone that came in the chat. It felt good. It felt like you really cared about who was in it, even though you're hitting very good numbers when I was actually in your stream. I think you were like, I'm pretty sure you were at like 100 viewers, were you? Or like 60 to 100, somewhere in that range?
Well, actually, at that time, I got hosted. Yeah. I'm a small streamer.
Okay.
But I think honestly, I do wish to get big, become a big streamer. But honestly, I'm scared because I don't know. I just like the intimate conversation that I have with my community. That's true. And when you get bigger.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has different goals, but I mean, you got partnered, so I guess you can't really call yourself that small of a streamer. You've achieved a lot. It's pretty obvious in that aspect, but no, I completely get what you mean. Like, I mean, sometimes I look at myself and my goals and I think, what does every business owner want to do? Grow their business to make like $1 billion or something, be like crazy rich,
right? Like
flex on everyone. But I mean, I think I kind of just want to be financially free and more just be able to do what I want. And have a close group of friends that I'd love to spend time with all the time, and not be strict to like being focused on making astronomical amounts of money. So I guess that is the difference. Some people just want to keep a nice community that can support them, and you can live your life doing what you love rather than killing yourself to make these moves to be someone that gets hundreds and hundreds of viewers, but it's kind of more meaningless at that stage. I get what you mean. Yeah, it's different goals for everyone, I guess. But
actually, there's my community is built off like a lot of other streamers.
Oh yeah.
So my main objective for my community is to all grow together.
For sure,
to actually get to know each other, know that one is a streamer, and at the end of the day, all of us just get to support each other.
100%.
Yeah.
Most people see it as a competition these days.
I mean, honestly, I think that's a huge red flag when it comes to competing with each other, because we're all grinders and we know the hustle, it's not an easy thing to achieve, but with together, I think honestly it's possible.
100%. I mean, like, yeah, one of the other people that I interviewed, actually, the Caramel Gamer, he's so focused on that as well, just like you. He loves to network with people. Every chance he gets to meet a big streamer or to host someone or to raid someone, he'll do it, just because, like you're saying, it's everyone working together, and the more you succeed, the more you can help someone else succeed, and in turn that'll just bounce back to you. Yeah,
right.
That's definitely a good trait. Is there anything more specific that you do in trying to meet new people and trying to get those connections? Are you more of an extrovert?
Yeah, you could. Yeah. Actually, yeah. I like to interact with other communities too. Yeah. I like to get lit in other communities and get to know their viewers and learn from different streamers on what they're doing, and try to apply it to my stream. And I think it's a great way for all of us to grow as well, because a community that could help another community, I mean, that's definitely a blessing.
Yeah, it's
not only for yourself, but for other streamers as well.
So do you do that by hopping into their stream and entertaining their viewers and such?
More, yeah. I mean, like I interact with the streamers. I think the biggest thing about me, because I know a lot of communities out there now. I mean, there's like at least like 30 people I'm actively like, like watching and like and I'm a part of like multiple communities, and I interact with their viewers and also the streamers and stuff. The biggest thing that I just don't like is some of them actually know that I'm a streamer, and one of the big thing about streaming, is you don't want to self promote yourself on other people's streams. So I try to avoid like any conversation I have with their viewers like that. Yeah, it's like they ask me like, when am I gonna go live or stuff like that. So I try not to like respond to them because I'm there for the streamer.
Yeah. I mean, like sometimes I guess you can't stop that. If someone's going to ask you a question, you might just have to give them an answer. But that intention and that respect that you have for them, that's what shines through. So even though you may think of it as like, I don't want to step on their toes and their viewers,
right?
I'm sure that the actual streamer that knows you understands your intent, and just right. Just will go the long way, man. Like,
right. I mean, unless the streamer actually asks if I'm going live, then I'll respond.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're not like I have
you guys check me out. I get you.
Right. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that. Yeah.
And I think anyone that does that kind of needs to like reevaluate what they're really doing, because you're not trying to steal someone else's viewers, step on their toes. You're trying to make friends. At the end of the day, you want to make a network of people that are just going to help you leverage. But you've done that, so that's awesome. And any young streamers, any small guys that are watching this, take this information, because you are not going to get anywhere from trying to compete with other people, trying to steal other people's viewers, but more make friends with them, make those connections, those real connections, as if like they're your real friends, your best friends in real life. Like that's what really gets you known, because then their viewers are going to start looking at you in the same light as them, with that respect and that I forgot the other word for that. Just overall.
Yeah, sorry.
Just respect. So I'll kick it back when you were in school. I want to know like the kind of kid that you were in school. What, like, were you in the cool kids group? Were you a sporty person? Like, what were you?
I never really considered myself as a cool kid. Right. I was friends with everybody.
Okay.
Like I never really had like a group in high school. Like I was bouncing around. Like I'll see a group of guys right here, and I'll interact with them. Yeah. So I was never really a part of like a group back in high school. I was like a freelancer. Yeah, I say just that. Go around the school and hang out with the people I know when I run into them.
That's what the other guy said that I interviewed as well. Exactly the same thing. So it's just not strict to a group, not strict to a status. Just kind of going around meeting people, just friends with. I guess I was kind of the same. Like I guess I was known as a nice kid in school. I had my little group of friends, but that wouldn't stop me from going and hanging out with everyone else I knew. Wasn't a cool kid. Wasn't like the sporting guy.
Yeah.
I was just like whatever. Yeah, like, let's get through. This. Hurry up, man. So
So I was actually I was playing basketball back in high school.
Okay.
And I mean, even with my basketball team, like I never really hung out with them. I mean, I did.
Yeah.
But I never really like constantly hung out with them, because I was part of. I would hang out with the football team, the wrestling team,
I get you.
Track team. You
guys
just really depends.
Sports in Australia. We have hardly any school sports, man. It's actually so bad. We have like basketball, we have soccer, we have rugby league. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but we have that.
I've heard of it, yeah.
We have that. We have little other things, but like you guys. What I love about how you guys do it in America is you have such an emphasis on sports. It's cool. It's cool to see. Yeah. So I
mean, I think I think that's a huge thing about in the US. I think that's the only thing that really brings us together. I guess sports.
Movies, and you're like, damn, I wish I had a team. Yeah. On the basketball team, were you much of a leader? Were you a role player?
Well, I only played. I played freshman and JV.
Okay.
I never got to play varsity because like I said, I'm not a bad kid, but I mean I started having low grades.
Okay.
So they kicked me off the team.
Wow, really?
Yeah. You have to have at least I think 2.5 or 2.2 GPA.
I see.
Anything lower, you can't be on the team.
Damn. Oh, I guess that's all right. I mean, Yeah. So when you were kicked off the basketball team, did you go to anything else, or what did you do?
I mean, at that time, I kind of just focused on my classes.
Okay.
Yeah, just trying to finish it
in the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to actually.
Yeah. And,
I was really low.
Damn. Well, at least you got him back up. And
Yeah. I'm glad I got to finish high school. That's the only thing.
That's good, man. That's good. And when you did you have any, like, because how old are you now? You said, I think I saw your 25.
I'm actually 25, turning 26.
Damn.
Yeah.
So, like, when you were 18, 19, finishing high school, where'd you go into? Did you go straight into a job? Did you think about college? What was your thoughts?
I was actually working since senior year. Sorry.
Okay.
So when I was on my last year of high school, I was already working. I graduated. I took a break from school. I didn't go to college right away. I was stuck with my work. I was working for a whole year. Then I became full part-time.
Okay.
And started going to school.
What'd you study in school?
I'm actually still currently going to school right now.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, what are you studying?
Honestly, I'm at a point in life where like I still don't know.
Really?
You know, I mean, like, you know, the possibilities like endless.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be literally anybody you want, you know, any career, but I just can't figure out. And ever since I started streaming, I found, honestly, I'm a lot more happier every day.
100%.
The fact that I could, you know, at least make a little difference in people's days and lives, and
that's the main thing, man. Being able to make a difference, being able to actually influence their days, that's the winning factor. And I mean, if you can even get, like, that's what I tell people, if you can even get 10 viewers on your stream and you know, they're telling you like that you've made their day, that's easily leveraged to a legitimately big audience. It's like the first 10, actually, you know what, is this true? Like, is the first few viewers, that little community, is that harder than getting like the next maybe 20 or 30?
Actually, I'll be real with you, I had a lot more fun back then. I mean, it's fun now. It's still fun, but just having that one-on-one conversation with your first viewer, second viewer, I mean, those are like,
crazy.
Yeah, like we would talk about everything. Like he was my best friend.
I get
like
that,
you know,
cool.
Your daily lives and just your history.
Yeah,
and I feel like those type of like intimate conversation with your viewers is, I mean, it's such a blessing. And eventually they start sticking around and more new people will come in and you'll do the same. Yeah, 100%. But I enjoyed my first couple months.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's more like those times when you were young and it was just gaming, just fun, just kind of like passion behind it. Yeah, I see. But I mean, like, that's how it is, I guess, is you get more viewers, it's less focused on that, more focused on actually entertaining people. You can't have those one-on-one conversations. Did you find like a strategy behind dealing with everyone at once in the stream when it might be a bit overwhelming?
Actually, I made a well, actually, this is a huge topic that I recently addressed with my chat. I look back and trying to remember what I was before as a streamer. I'm nowhere near what I am today.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what I address to a lot of like new streamers nowadays. Like, don't try to like force yourself to have 15 viewers when you can't take care of 15 viewers. 100%. And I think over time, I mean, every day, weekly, monthly, and eventually like in 1 year, you'll learn how to entertain 5 people, 10 people, 15 people.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, I would peak like 50, 40, but my average would probably like be 25, 20, 30. Yeah. And I'm still struggling because, you know, they're not like just one person or 2 people in my stream where I could like ask them like, you know, what do you guys want? What do you guys like seeing? What do you guys want? You know, So it is very tough for me as a streamer because I have to connect with these guys all at the same time. And when I got hosted for, I think, 18,000 people.
Wow.
But yeah, by Hamlin's, I actually questioned myself the next day. And I'm like, I cannot do that. Like, I feel like my entertaining skills as a streamer is nowhere near, like, all, you know, nowhere near these, like, top streamers right now. I mean, these guys could constantly entertain like thousands of people, and I could barely entertain 30 people. So I think it's all about experience and you learning as a streamer to be better, interact better, and just
Oh wow, 18,000.
18, yeah.
Man, that's big.
But like I said, like it went by quick though. Yeah, it got hosted, and you know, if I mean, like I said, I was not ready for that many people in my stream, so I kind of.
When it happened, what was your initial thought?
I was mind blown.
Yeah.
I was mind blown. It was like, I mean, out of like thousands, I'm talking about like millions of streamers on Twitch, I was the one that got chosen to get hosted for 18,000. So it's definitely a blessing. And I think, and I told my community over and over that I believe in things happen for a reason.
For sure.
So for me as a streamer, for that to happen is a blessing, because now I know that I have so much growing to do.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, because because I can't contain all that people. I can't entertain all those people. Then I have a long way to go.
100%.
So yeah.
Are you trying to get to that stage where you can sort of entertain every single person without connecting with them, or are you setting a?
I'm sure, like, Sorry. Repeat that.
I was saying, like, are you setting like a cap in your goal? Like, oh, I don't want to get to that stage. I think we talked about it a bit earlier. Like, is there an actual, like, it's like a concrete goal? Like, how many people do I want to be managing at once?
I mean, for me as a streamer, I never really focus on how many people I want on my stream. I mean, it's like I said, I'm a part of like a lot of communities, and I stop by in a lot of communities. A lot of communities know me and our community. So I never really, like, I don't have a goal on like, okay, like I'm gonna have like 30 people today. Yeah. Because they're all bouncing around. Yeah. No, but so I mean,
like, when you think about the skills you need to develop to, you know, manage kind of bigger, or not manage, but entertain bigger groups of people, and you think, oh, like I'm good with 30, 40, 50, I can still connect with each one of them, but how the hell do those guys do it when they have like hundreds and hundreds? Do you have a strategy in place, or not a strategy, but are you seeing anything that works to actually get those skills? And do you have a kind of like a goal in like a goal or a limit in your head that's like, you know what, like I'm gonna kind of try to get to this stage, I'm gonna try to entertain this many people, but like I never want to get to this stage? Is there an ideal point in your head of how you want your stream to be? That's what I'm trying to say. That's probably the right way.
right. Yeah. Honestly, as a streamer, and I could probably speak on behalf of like a lot of streamers right here, I don't think we have like a end goal.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because I mean, honestly, anything could happen, you know? I mean, we could have 100 people today, and obviously you want to keep growing. Streaming is like life, you know, when you want to keep growing, turn that 100 to 200, turn that 200 to 500. So I don't think there's a cap on my goal.
Okay.
But for me, I'm more focused on entertaining and interacting and just growing the community on a daily basis. Like, I would have 20 viewers today. My job is to provide a great content for them.
100%.
And then tomorrow I could have 30, 40. Yeah. And then my mission is to provide a great content for those guys. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. What was I going to say? So, like, you'd say you don't have an end goal in place. I mean, obviously when you're like maybe 40, 50, you won't be doing an actual stream. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't really know how the world's going to take its place and what's going to be trending and stuff like that. But do you have anything that you want to fall back to? Do you have another part of the industry you'd like to get in? What are you thinking on that?
Actually, that's a really great question. I've always thought of myself as a businessman.
Yeah.
But I don't like telling people I'm a businessman.
I get you.
But I feel like, well, see, for me, I'm a student still, so I do want to finish college and have a backup plan.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I'm so focused on Twitch, and I think Twitch is a great platform for a lot of entrepreneurs out there. For us, for whatever streamer you are, I think Twitch is a great platform for you to like branch out to a different thing. Like,
agree with you,
I mean,
100%.
Yeah, I think streaming is not forever. Let's just face that fact, right? I mean, the platform will be, but us as human being, we get older and older. I mean, eventually we'll get to an age where we can't play games anymore, you know? So I feel like Twitch is a great platform you could use to branch out from YouTube. I mean, if you can, want to start vlogging or start a merchandise.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, because like the people in your community are the people that will support you and grind with you.
100%.
So I think having that mentality to branch out is a great way to be financially stable eventually in life.
Yeah.
Just find that right, I guess, work for you.
Yeah, that's a good mentality, man. That's a very good mentality, and like I get that. And you said before, and you're kind of saying now, how you kind of look at this whole thing as a business. And every viewer, every kind of person that you get, every person that you can entertain and you have those connections with, that's not something that's strict to you just being a streamer for them in the short term, but rather a connection that you can hold on for as long as you want. And if you keep it genuine, if it's real, that's not something that's just going to leave you tomorrow when you stop streaming. But like you said, you branch off into something else, maybe start going into YouTube, making content, maybe making a awesome video once a week, or maybe starting a clothing company or anything. Like those people got your back. That's awesome,
right?
Yeah. So yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, I feel that's the whole reason for this podcast. I want to make that connection between business and streaming, or content creation as a whole. I'll interview a graphics designer. I'll interview a pro player. I feel like they all fall under this content creation guys in gaming, which is such a beautiful industry. And yeah, when people like you start finding the connection between business and content creation, it opens your eyes into your possibilities in the long term and how to grow in the short term. 100%. So you do say that I know that you do have that how do I say, you do see that connection, and how do you more implement that in your daily life, your week-to-week streams? Do you have maybe a marketing strategy in place, or do you even think of your growth as a marketing strategy? Like, how do you go about that? How do you make that connection between business and streaming?
When it comes to growth, I think for me, I don't have a strategy. I think honestly, everything has just been like a blessing, on my daily grind. You get new people every now and then, and my mission is to actually, try to see if they will enjoy our content. If not, that's fine, because you can't satisfy everybody. Yeah. And I don't think everybody is, right for you. And I don't think you're right for everybody.
That's true.
So, so my main goal is to, like, when I see a new face in the chat, I mean, my main priority is to actually make them feel like welcome. I want them to feel like they're family here, And I think for me, growing happens a lot off stream. Yeah. When I told you about like interacting with other communities, it's a huge impact in your stream, because their people will get to know you, and then your community will get to know the streamer. And I think the biggest thing about Twitch right now is supporting each other, like hosting and rating each other. And both of you guys, and eventually like all of you guys who built this friendship, will eventually start growing. And just like Ninja and Lupo and Tim the Tapman, all these big streamers, I mean, they're all friends and they support each other. So that's the mentality that I have. I just want to grow and build an amazing community with different communities and let's just all be friends and just have fun. Yeah.
I mean, like, you're right. As much as you do kind of see it as /business/streaming, it is important to keep that passion behind it, the network, the friends, the genuine interactions between your audience and whatnot. But I mean, I do see a bit of, like, how do I say it, unintentional business mindset. You know how you said I like to entertain, like I specifically like to make the new people feel like family. I mean, like, a lot of people may keep focus on their loyal people, or they don't really think of it like that. It's obviously more expensive or more effort, more energy to get a new customer or viewer than to keep an existing one. So it's good that you have that emphasis, because maybe like even like it's maybe unknowingly, like you don't really think of it like that, but just innately wanting to do that and bringing new people in, and you know, just making sure that the people that are loyal to you are still entertained. You're obviously not going to forget about them. Like that's a good way to go about it. And you know, you're going to keep those new people, and you're going to filter out what's right, who mixes with me, who doesn't, who likes my content. And I mean, I'm sure in the end you kind of see like, all right, these types of people are watching my content. I these personalities, these types of people, and like you just focus on that. And the more you know your segregation of like the whole market, you can focus on that and put your efforts towards those kinds of people. If you've, for example, if you've already ruled out like, all right, no WoW fans will ever follow my stuff, you know, you're not going to go to a WoW fan and say, hey man, do you want to follow my stream? Like, so it's cool that you have that understanding. Not everyone's for you, but you're going to try as hard as you can for those new people and figure out what they like. So,
definitely. I mean, I think another additional is I think having like off stream activities. I play a lot with my viewers and people that's a part of my community off stream. We play Fortnite. We just, you know, we constantly just, I mean, sometimes we have movie nights, and I think it's always good to have like off stream activities with these amazing people because, you know, I mean, these guys are not just viewers, you know, like they're actual people that enjoy your company. And my main goal is actually, most of these guys, I mean, I treat them like they're my actual brothers and sisters.
That's cool. Yeah, I do not see that with many people. Movie nights. So what, you just get on stream and you kind of just put something on, react to it, everyone, like, how do you do that?
Actually, there's a website called Rabbit. So it's like Twitch, where you could play, because you can't play movies on stream on Twitch, or you'll get banned. So on Rabbit, it's like Twitch, where you can play whatever movie or show or whatever, and then there's like a chat section where all of you guys could like chat and hang out while the movie's playing.
So if I didn't,
I think it's a great experience.
Awesome. So if I didn't get the few that you were talking about before when you were talking about those kinds of things, is there anything else that you do that aren't technically gaming that you use kind of like as a way to bring the community together? Besides,
actually, well, I like to. One of the biggest thing I do on my channel is to promote as many people as I can. So even if you're a new viewer, I usually ask like if you're a streamer or not, because if you are, I'm gonna go and follow you. I'm gonna check you out and make sure that you get that chance. And I think everybody deserves a chance.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think a lot of streamers out there who are so great at creating content, but they don't get the exposure. And the huge thing about me is to like just help these guys grow while helping myself grow. And eventually, like, we'll all grow together. I mean, there's streamers that I've met who were barely pulling like 2 viewers, and then now, I mean, I promoted them so much on my channel, and not just promoting, but actually introducing them to my community, telling them who they are, you know, what they're like. And those guys are actually like, they're great streamers, and they're actually pulling numbers now. And I think as a streamer, I hate saying numbers because numbers are just numbers. So that's
cool, man. I really like that, because like I mean, you have all the streamers in the world, and you know, some of them kind of have those tools, that personality to grow on themselves. Some people are just crazy extroverts, go out, find friends, make those connections. But I mean, in the end of the day, some don't. Some don't have that thing in them to just grow by themselves, and they need that extra leverage. And then people say, damn, they're actually hella entertaining. I can actually enjoy these guys. But I mean, yeah, like, if you're a streamer and you're discouraged by how many viewers you're getting, I think this is the best, like, the best example of, you know, not everyone is going to be able to make those initial connections from, like, literally a nobody to getting people to take you seriously. That's a hard thing to do. But when you can make friends that are already in that space, and they introduce you and they shine those qualities that make you a good streamer, like, people are going to follow you. People are going to actually think, okay, this guy's awesome. This guy's good to watch. I actually had a story from one of my friends. He used to do sales, and he was telling me that, you know, in his sales team, you know, you have to be a type of person, a certain type of guy to do sales. Not everyone can do sales. Not everyone can push customers. Right. But I mean,
I hear that.
Definitely. Anyway, they got this new employee, and he was like horrible at sales. Couldn't make a sale for his life. But he was so good at communicating, solving problems, dealing with customers, kind of like, you know, that kind of guy. But he was really, really nice. He wasn't really a pushy salesman. Anyways, so management looked at this guy, and, you know, they evaluated what he was good at, what he wasn't. And they kind of said, all right, we're going to give you a chance. Give you a chance to shine in what you may be good at. And then they legit promoted him to manager, and he killed it. Like, you know, not everyone has those qualities to maybe be sales, kind of prove themselves in that aspect, and then go up in the ranks from there. But someone sees them, thinks like, you know what, you may not be good at sales, but you have so much other stuff going on around you. We're going to give you this chance. Shine. And then he did. So like, I see that connection, and it's awesome, because like, so many people I find will just start their stream, think, oh, I'm getting like 1-2 people, you know, fuck this. You know what? This is a 18 plus podcast.
I think that's a bad habit to have. If you're always constantly just focused on numbers, because you're live. I think honestly, for me, Twitch it's not like YouTube, you know, where they can watch you later. You're live. Exactly. Like, not everybody's available when you go live. Things happen, life happens. And I think a lot of streamers who has that mindset needs to realize that, you know, not everybody could make your stream.
Exactly. It's you have to put yourself in their shoes. Think like, I'm just like, if I have a 9-to-5 job and I'm working, well, how much time do I realistically have to get into a stream? Like, I feel like that's also a big tool. Like, being able to immerse yourself in the mind of the people that are watching you will then give you a better capability to talk to them, understand why maybe they've skipped a few streams, just, you know, understanding basically, and being able to grow off that understanding. Do you kind of use that to your advantage, like being able to understand what these guys are like out of your stream, not expecting much from them? Do you think that's a difference in the world of making content and having a stream?
What do you mean by that?
Like you know, like, some people might get frustrated by it, or might get frustrated by some people not dropping in every stream, like, or they don't really care to understand what their viewers like. They don't. They're not really empathetic to them as people, and how do I say it? They don't really like to look at themselves in their eyes and think, what can I do better? Like, how can I be critical of myself based off how a viewer would see me? You know what I mean? Like, I can see that you have that view, that you really can see what they're seeing, but I'm saying, do you see an advantage in that aspect? Like, how does that influence how you go about your streams and things like that?
Actually, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna be 100% like honest. When I was a new streamer, when I was barely, you know, pulling viewers, there was a lot of things that I had to learn as a streamer. I think that's one of them. I would see, like, for example, a guy named, I don't know, Blue Boy 66, and he would always come by, and then some of these, I go to a different stream and I find him. And as a new streamer, obviously, because you're trying to grow your stream and you want people in there, I did get frustrated, but that was before.
Yeah.
But like I said, like with experience, you get to learn the actual Twitch world where like, it's not all about you.
Yeah.
It's not all about myself.
Yeah.
There's a lot of platform. I mean, a lot of channel out there, and it's not about you.
Exactly.
What I say, I mean, ever since I find myself in that situation, I told myself, then I need to change this mindset. This is not me. 100%. I think that's one of those trial and errors thing that you'll learn when it comes to like streaming.
Yeah.
If you're new, and I highly suggest to get out of that mindset as soon as possible. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because not a healthy. That's not a healthy mindset to have.
You gotta earn that respect from those people. You gotta actually grind for it. It's not all about you. And when people think one person going off your stream onto another, like you may get frustrated by that and you think it's a big deal. But I feel like if everyone could just see a physical representation of how many people are on Twitch and viewing people's streams, you'd think, damn, this isn't for all of us. We didn't need to push it right for it. There's so much we didn't have to kind of have that mindset. Like you're right about that 100%. And
I actually I learned the fact that like that Blue Boy 66 that used to come into my stream, he still follows you, so eventually he'll come back.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think a lot of streamers, and I would recommend honestly to all the small streamers or even big streamers, that to never focus on what you could do to help to build a community. Because I'm not, like, for example, I don't know, Red Boy 66 comes in and he feels like he's welcoming your stream, he starts coming by, and Blue Boy 66 comes back, then you have more viewers in your stream.
Yeah.
So I think it's all about just focusing on what you could could change and like to create and help your community to grow.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, these guys are, there's a lot of content out there. I mean, I don't just watch. I think honestly, as a streamer, I think you need to experience the viewing side and the streaming side. When I'm a viewer, when I'm not streaming, I'm always jumping around streams.
Yeah.
And I try to, say hi and, support all my friends, all the people that I met on Twitch, and I think, yeah.
I like that. Like you say, you need to have the viewing side to be able to be the actual streamer. Like, when you're going around other people's streams, do you tend to get like things off other people? Like, do you like watch things and think, damn, like this is cool, I should do this, that's a good strategy, that's a good like way to communicate? Do you look at other people and try to implement what they do in your stuff?
Yeah, I think it's normal to catch a few tips and tricks here and there from other streamers.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of streamers out there who does things so great that it's working almost every time. And I think once you catch that, I think it's okay, because these guys are great streamers and you get to learn from these guys, and other guys could learn from you, and eventually that makes you great.
Yeah.
I think a huge thing about streaming, the biggest thing that you could possibly do, the worst thing is ego. I think you should never have an ego, no matter how much numbers you're pulling.
I believe that.
And there's always room for improvement.
Yeah. Yeah, and when people
and I never really consider myself better than anybody. Actually,
perfect. And
a lot of my chat always tell me this, and this is probably a bad habit, but I honestly never put myself above anybody. I could watch a stream that has like 2 viewers, and I think, I never put myself above them.
Yeah.
If anything, I put myself lower, but that's just
true,
me.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's good. Like, I tie that into being a leader, because I mean, in the end of the day, you being in a stream, you entertaining them, you have to have that leadership quality. People look up to you, people get influence off you, and by you not thinking of yourself as a superior, Like, I think that's awesome. When I think of a leader, I think of someone behind the pack who pushes people, who helps people, and who doesn't see themselves as someone who's better, doesn't bully them, doesn't push them, but just sees himself as just like one of them, that you want to help them, you know?
Right.
So, like, having that quality is awesome. So many people, I think, are too caught up in trying to feel like they're above them, kind of like looking down on them, thinking like, I'm gonna entertain you guys. So that's an awesome mentality to have. I love that.
And honestly, I feel like I learned all this from like just experience, like just grinding. I mean, like streaming every day. Finally realizing the viewer side, because I mean, before I never really been a viewer. I've always been a streamer. I've never really visited. I mean, I would, but I would never really interact with other streams. But over time, I mean, like, you know, that was a long time ago when I finally had the experience of being a viewer and also a streamer.
Yeah, for sure.
And and you'll learn a lot.
Yeah, that's good. And when you were in that stage, when you were viewing and getting that experience and seeing what people were like, did you gravitate towards any particular stream? Do you have any kind of big guys that you really like, any idols, any maybe even guys more on your level of viewership that you look at and think, damn, they're doing it awesome? Like, is there any of those people?
I mean, a lot of big streamers. I mean, there's only a few big streamers I look up to. CDN the Third is one of them. Hamlin's is another. But all my idols, honestly, are all small streamers. Yeah, and I'm not taking away any type of, like, you know, credit from the big streamers, but honestly, I feel like the time and the effort and just the constant, you know, sacrifice that small streamers make to create a content and to create a community, I think that's something I admire every day.
Yeah,
because these guys are not full-time streamers; they're part-time streamers while they're working, and they're still able to pull off a great content for their community. I mean that's honestly something to look up to.
Damn grind, I love it. Yeah, that's cool. You know, it's funny, Hamlin's has actually been like a persisting idol in all of my episodes so far. Everyone says Hamlin's. There's something about him. He's so entertaining. The way he talks, the way he...
Right, yeah. I think, honestly, Hamlin's is hands down one of the best streamers. I think for me, streaming, if I could define streaming, I think it's all about entertainment. I mean, there's pro players out there, and I think pro players, you know, they do a great job, but they're pros. You know, they let their skills and like their gameplay talk for them.
100%.
But I think I've always saw Twitch as YouTube, somewhere you could find content, funny content, entertaining content.
Yeah, I think the way entertaining, people look at it as like you got to be a comedian of some sort, but entertaining can be in a million different ways. In the end of the day, the essence of streaming is to entertain. Might that be through your awesome skills on Fortnite or Call of Duty, like being a pro player, or, you know, being a funny guy, or maybe doing something so ridiculously different to everyone else that people just watch it, entertain from it. Like, people got to understand that I think when people start thinking, how do I entertain these people, and they start to look at other maybe funny guys that are associated with, you know, entertainment, you start to be someone you're not. So like truly going to your roots and thinking, how do I, as a person, as a streamer, entertain these people? Not like completely getting off someone's vibe and putting that onto yourself. You can get influences, you can see your similarities with other streamers and use what they're using, but in the end of the day, like, you got to just stay true to who you are, entertain them for what you know. So I mean, like, I saw some guy, I didn't catch his name or anything, but this guy dead set turned like a fake foot, like a prosthetic, I don't know what the word is, like a mannequin's leg into a controller, into a gun. And I'm watching this guy like, are you serious? like how do you think of that? Like, you got to be on some other shit if you're gonna think, like, how do I entertain these people? I'm gonna make some crazy controllers. That's pretty cool.
Right.
I mean, I think you've hit your spot and what works for you and your viewers. How do you entertain these people, you know? That's awesome.
Honestly, for me, I just be me. Yeah. Well, honestly, for me, IRL, I've hung out with a lot of streamers and a lot of viewers off stream. I mean, I've actually hung out with them IRL.
Okay.
And what they see on stream is what they'll get IRL.
Yeah.
I'm just a very goofy guy.
Yeah.
I take things seriously, but it's very rare for me to take things seriously.
Yeah.
I just want to make the best out of my day, you know. I like to entertain, just laugh, make jokes, and just have create memories.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the big things that I do on stream. I play with my viewers a lot, and I interact with them. We talk about things that, I mean, people would probably never thought of. Well, I don't know, like things that you never think we'll talk about on stream. I don't know, you just joke around a lot.
That's good.
And I like to implement my gameplay. See, I'm not a very good Fortnite player.
Yeah.
But I like to just have fun.
Yeah.
You know, I usually I implement like entertainment to my gameplay.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. The other guy that I interviewed is actually one of my sponsors for my business, the Caramel Gamer. He's mad upcoming right now. Like when I met him like a year ago, he was like just starting. He was maybe like just an affiliate, like just getting an affiliate, and now like he's popping off. And like you go into his streams and he's not a pro player. Like he was not good at gaming that much at all when I first started.
Right.
This guy, I can tell you, is like the funniest person ever. Like he'll just get up in the middle of stream and just start dancing to music, start singing, like just being fun, being yourself. So like I love that. That's all I needed to hear from you. The fact that when you hang out with people IRL, you're the same, and the guys are the same on stream as they are with you. So I mean, that's something people got to really look into. Just think like they got to have that self-awareness. Who am I? Am I a funny guy? Am I like a skillful player? What am I? And I exactly like what you are, you should bring to the table. If you're a pro player and you see other pro players doing certain things that capture people's eyes, you can maybe gain that influence, but you shouldn't be looking at a funny guy and thinking, oh, I should just start dancing on stream, because you'll probably look like an idiot. That's not you. Like something you do. So I mean, yeah.
Honestly, I do that.
I wasn't saying like, do you do that? I was saying like to the pro player. Is that something you would do? Would you start dancing on stream? Would you start being a funny guy when really you should be focusing on your strengths? I see that.
Yeah, I mean, I think all streamers out there, even viewers, have the ability to be we're all unique. We're all different, and you could be goofy like me, but be really good at the game. I mean, Hamlin's is literally the ultimate streamer in my eyes. I think he's a very goofy guy. He's really good at the game. I think he's the complete streamer package. Yeah. Exactly.
What I was saying before, I do apologize if you got the wrong gist. I do see you as that goofy, funny guy, so you should concentrate on that.
Oh, no. Yeah, well, I'm just,
What I mean. I'm like, damn, I don't want this guy to think I'm saying the wrong
No, yeah.
I see that you're a funny guy, you entertain people through your humor, through, your goofiness, and you just concentrate on that. 100%, that is the best thing you can do. It'd be pretty stupid if you thought, I'm just gonna grind and try to, like, I mean, look, you can be a pro player if you want, but if you're gonna like shut up and entertain people based off your gameplay, people would stop watching you, because they started watching you in the first place because of who you are, a goofy guy.
Exactly.
So I mean, never stop doing that. I think you know that.
Right.
So I don't need to tell you.
Right.
We've been gone for a while, haven't we? How long have we been gone for? Does it say that anywhere here? It doesn't say anywhere here. That's all right. That's okay. I have a couple
it's okay.
I want to ask, maybe like a few
that's fine.
questions, and I'll leave you be, maybe finish your stream. But so what else did I want to ask you? Right. Actually, when I was in your stream the other day, I noticed you were talking about, you were in the sneaker game back in the day. Oh, I don't know if you still are, but people were asking you about favorite sneakers, kind of brands you like. So you're a hype beast, I see. What do you?
Well, before, because I used to, like I said, I had a day job, so I had a weekly, bi-weekly paycheck.
Yeah.
But I kind of stopped because I'm a full-time streamer now, and I have to, I have responsibilities, and you could have a good month where you could ball out on like just depending on like the people that supports you. Like if they sometimes I get like really big donos and stuff. Yeah. But even when I do, I try to save them because I'm at a point in life where I need to start the next chapter.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, I love shoes. I love fashion. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite brand?
Checks over stripes. Nike.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
I mean, there's Supreme. Babe, I always admire these brands. I think streetwear for me is a big thing.
Yeah.
I was admiring when you follow me on Instagram. I was admiring the logos, the designs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's big.
I saw your Lonzo Ball design. I love that.
Yeah, I made that myself actually.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm make 3 first products for the NBA collection. I love Lonzo. I think he's an awesome player. He gets so much
I think he's a great player.
He gets so much damn hate. I think like he's good, man. He needs to fix like look, I think everything he's bad at, he's only bad at because of the spotlight that's on him. Like how many people can come into the dude, I stopped watching the Lakers when he got injured. How many people stopped watching the Lakers when he got injured? Probably so many. Having that spotlight on you, like that's crazy. How many people come into the league with millions of people watching his game, and like you're taking a free throw and you're just thinking in your head like there's probably like millions on me right now. Like I think that's crazy. But everything
I think as a fan, I'm a Laker fan myself.
Okay.
So I think at first we needed scorers, and then we got Lonzo.
Yeah.
At first I was not a big fan of Lonzo, but after seeing the Lakers do such a great job during the season because of his defense, his passing skills, I think he played a great role as a point guard, and that's what we really needed, a real point guard.
Yeah. I think, I mean, I think they got the synergy wrong between the players and this just last season. I mean, you must be psyched about the trades now, huh?
I'm so happy for AD because we have AD now. We got LeBron, but honestly, I think we lost so much potential to be a great team. I mean, we lost Lonzo and all of them.
I think that Lonzo is going to be great. I think that when now he's in the Pelicans, he doesn't have that LA spotlight on him, and he may shine. But I mean, in terms of what the Lakers needed, I think they did good moves because all they need now is a solid point guard. I think that they had to get rid of Lonzo just for the trade. Fair enough. Not hard to pick up a solid point guard, and they have freaking AD and LeBron James, and they'll probably develop a sharpshooter in Kuzma and then some supporting role players. They got a solid team. Like they could win next year. So I mean,
I'm super excited for this season.
Yeah. It's a Did you see this morning? I mean, it'd be morning for you. Yeah. Brooklyn just. Did you hear about the Brooklyn trade?
With KD and
they got KD and Kyrie and
well, those are the free agents, but I haven't heard the actual trade
trades, but who they got. I just think trade up.
But
they're balling out this season now, and D'Angelo Russell actually he might go back to the Lakers.
He might come back. I have seen that rumor where they're trying to pick up D'Angelo again.
They got to get rid of him now, so I mean, where's he gonna go? I mean, I reckon Lakers would be good for him. He needed that chance in Brooklyn to shine, and now.
I think as a Laker fan, I wouldn't mind D'Lo to come back. I think he's a well-developed player now. I think he knows his role. I think he knows how to play the game now.
Like he was out of the spotlight in Brooklyn, got a chance to hone on his skills. I think Lonzo will do the same. I think that a big spotlight isn't good for some small guys, but I don't know. Anyways, this is an NBA podcast. So thank you for complimenting the clothes. Thanks for the compliment on this earlier from one of your viewers. I like to create my own stuff. I like to be original. I see a lot of the time people cartoons of like rappers and stuff like that. So I thought it'd be cool. So I do that with that I made an NBA collection where I'm gonna start cartooning NBA players. I did that with Apex. I kind of cartoon them, but I put like a little twist on them, something unique. Like for example, with I think it was Bangalore. She had like a bandana, and I kind of made it look like a Supreme headband, like that. So I kind of like put my.
That's kind of fly.
So yeah, it's good. Thank you. Before we finish off,
actually, before we move on, I just want to compliment your name. Your Gamepreneur.
I mean, the business is called The Trendy Gamer, but for
the
some
Trendy
reason, my apparel for gamers and streamers or content creators, I think I'm heavily focused on the word Gamepreneur because that hasn't really been made. I haven't seen it. I've got to copyright that shit because I love it.
Right.
I think it flows. I think it's such a good representation of what you guys are. You know. Right.
Yeah. Actually, when you follow me on Instagram, that's the first thing that caught my eye.
Yeah.
Gamepreneur. I mean, I always saw myself, and I think a lot of streamers out there should see themselves as entrepreneurs.
That's
and with your name is like
podcast, man. I gotta get that. I gotta get that.
Yeah. So I think your name is a solid name, and
thank you.
I love it.
Thinking of the stage that I should make that name my focus, but I think I just stuck to the Trendy Gamer because I wanted to like still have that room for other kind of people that may not see themselves as content creators, but maybe just a casual gamer. He's not thinking of himself as an entrepreneur. So I kept it as the brand as a whole is The Trendy Gamer, TTG. But you know, when I'm selling to, you know, the content creators, I thought like, you know, I'm gonna refer to them as gamepreneurs, sell them apparel that represents that. And like that's kind of why I started the podcast, because my whole point of the clothing, or like at least putting that name on the clothing, was that, you know, I send it to someone and, you know, they put it on, or like even like see like the canvas there, things like that. It kind of builds like the inspiration. It makes them feel legit, like they're an entrepreneur. They're not just a guy that, you know, quit his job to start streaming and now his mum thinks he's failing and he's in the basement and he's doing nothing. But like you see that, but on the other side of the spectrum, someone who quits their job and puts their savings into starting a business is an entrepreneur. And how cool is that nowadays? Like everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, but people make that connection between entrepreneurship and gaming content creation. And it is like, even though you may not see it, you do so many things that are similar to what an entrepreneur would do in terms of like how you grind, how you attract people, and how you entertain, and how you differentiate yourself from the competition. These are all business strategies, and I don't think people realize that like they should.
I think that's 100%.
Yeah. So I mean, I want to get that through my clothing. I want you to wear it and feel like you're an entrepreneur, like a damn entrepreneur. And, you know, I started this podcast because I'm thinking, how can I give them this value? How can I make the clothes feel like this? And I thought, what better way than to make the Gamepreneurs podcast? Give people like solid examples of what they can be and how they can do that through other people's journeys, and, you know, make that value. So that means so much that you would say that, because I take real pride in it. I think like it's a winner.
I think you should.
Thank you. I feel like that's gonna be it. Like, like inspiring people to view themselves as entrepreneurs. I think that's my calling, man, because ever since I was a kid, maybe in year 8, year 9, and I was studying commerce in school, just like one of those like a little electives before I'm a senior, I heard the word entrepreneur and it really stuck in me. And from that point on, I'm like, damn, I want to do business. That's it. Done.
All right.
My calling. And, you know, I'm starting to do it, and I'm still learning. Like, I'm only 19. I don't know if I ever told you, I'm only 19. So
oh, really? You're actually really mature for your age. I thought you were like the same age as me.
Yeah. Thank you.
But it's always good to start young. I think that was the biggest mistake in my life. I think I messed around way too much when I was younger, and it finally caught up to me where I really needed to start my next chapter, and I'm not there yet. So patience is key for me right now.
Exactly. I don't like to see negatives. Like, if you look back on your past and think I was messing around too much, you may see that as a time lag. But I mean, I'm sure you learnt a lot about yourself in that time period, and you
oh, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, like, I haven't done much messing around. I really like calm. Like, I wouldn't do much, right? And you know, maybe I don't have that kind of experience, that I haven't seen that side to myself that may give me a better insight to who I really am. So I think putting ourselves in those situations, in any situation really, you can learn from anything. So you may think like,
facts.
You may think, damn, I went to jail. I was doing drugs. I'm not saying you were doing that. Like like whatever you think that you wasted when you were young, or whatever you think you were doing wrong, I think you can learn from that. I think you can learn from any situation you put yourself in, whether it was just goofing around and not really taking your career seriously, or, you know, getting into real trouble. I think you can learn from anything. And the more you learn about yourself, and the more you really look at it as a positive rather than a negative, you can use to influence what's next, the next chapter, the next journey. So, I mean, you're going to kill it. I can already
That is 100%.
I can already see
Thank you. Thank you.
All good, man. So, to wrap up the podcast, actually, did you have any questions? I want to know if you have anything.
I have one great question.
Okay.
I'm hoping, I love my community and I'll do anything for them. So I'm not lying when I say this. I really do admire your designs. So I'm hoping to actually get some merch from you to give away to these community to my community.
All right.
So you're gonna hear from me. So what is it? Something on Instagram I could, you know, do to process the order or something like that?
So you want to buy something for your streamers? For my community. Right.
Yeah.
Hold that thought 1 second. At the end of this, I was dead set just gonna say, hey man, like, this is yours. I want to send this to you for being such a great guy on the podcast.
What?
I mean, like, you can give this one away if you want. I was gonna send this to you, hoping that you could wear this on stream. You could exemplify.
Oh, for sure.
You are as a
I would love to.
But I mean, like, if you want to do a giveaway, I think the best thing to do, maybe just what you could go onto the website, pick whatever you wanted off the apparel section. Think what these guys like, put it on your Instagram, maybe do a little giveaway, and then when you wanted to actually send it to them, I'll give you a discount code, so you can obviously not have to pay
appreciate
the full
that
price,
oh my god,
and you can give it away. Or you know, if you want to give away a few, I'll give you a good price on them, because I mean, I can see your intents behind it, and you spread the word, and I'm not trying to profit off that, man. Like, I'm with you 100%.
Well, okay, I mean, if you're willing to give me the discount, actually, I had no problem paying for it full price, because honestly, I love this podcast. I love your energy. I love your mission, your merch, and I'm here to nothing but support and show some love.
You're a blessing.
So yeah,
thank you. But no, I will give you that discount. I'm with you. I'm not.
Okay, thank you.
Kind of stuff. Like, if you're gonna, because I mean, you're really doing me a favor, you know. I'm not gonna look at this as like like you said before, I'm not gonna look at myself as above you. Like, I'm with you. We're all in this together. I may not be a streamer, but we're all in this together, this whole mission to grow as content creators. So if you're gonna, you know, give away my clothes and give me that kind of exposure from someone like you, you know, you see yourself as a small streamer, but you're a damn Twitch partner. Like,
I think that check is just a deceiving icon.
It's deceiving, but I mean, you've got a community. You've got a beautiful community of genuine people, and if you're gonna kind of use that to spread my what's the word? Like, my mission. You know, I've got to give you thanks for that, and you know, like, I'll share that cut with you. I'm not gonna make profit off you, no chance. So
I appreciate that.
So like I said, I'm gonna send you the tea, and that wraps it up. Thank you so much. Actually, did you have any more questions?
You.
Any more questions?
Personally, for me, I mean, if you're willing to wait for a couple of seconds, I don't know if my chat has any question for you.
Oh no, yes, yeah, I'll wait 100%. Yeah.
Chat, do you guys have any questions for
Eddie.
For Eddie. Sorry. I was gonna call you Gamepreneur or Trending.
Nah, that's right. Thank you. You're Damien, right?
Yeah.
That's your full name?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so is your name
Oh,
Damien?
well, Dominic is my real name, my government name. Yeah. So a lot of people back in the days, they would call me Dom or Damo, just for short. And I kind of just stuck with Damo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damo. Wait, it's Wavydamo, not Damo?
Wavydamo, yeah. I mean, people call me Damo too.
Yeah.
I mean, after a while, you get to a point where you just don't care anymore.
Yeah, I get you. In Australia, Damo is a nickname for Damien. That's where I got it from.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I thought, yeah, Wavydamo. I get that. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
That's all.
It seems like no questions so far.
Questions? Damn.
Yeah, but I see a lot of excitement from the merch.
That's cool.
Giveaways.
Cool.
So I can't wait to collab with you on that one.
That's a pleasure, man. Thank you. I mean, like, we covered a lot. There's not many questions you could ask. We actually talked about a whole lot of stuff.
I was actually scared to start this podcast.
I'm not gonna act like I'm some sort of genius. This is my third or fourth episode. I'm still yet to release, so I got to do some branding, some graphics around it, so then I can start releasing them. But I mean, I still got a lot to learn about how to conduct a podcast. So I mean, I hope I'm learning. This is actually one of the better ones. I didn't really stutter much, but like, man, you and me, but
thank you.
It's a journey. It's a journey.
I honestly believe podcasts should be on every platform, I think, because there's so many people out there with great ideas, great insights, and people need to hear these ideas and take it in and include it in their streams or whatever business, rappers, if they, whatever your hustle is, I think they should hear.
Exactly. I mean, it's so easy to listen to. I listen to podcasts when I'm driving, when I'm working out, things like that. Like, it's so easy, and it's like like back in the day, how they're like, read books. That's knowledge. That's information. I fully believe that today, like 2019, podcasts, man. Like, how is it? It's like, it's easier to. It's like, it's hard to take an hour a day to listen to. Read some books, but listen to podcasts. If people actually get in the rhythm of doing that, you're learning, man. Learning. That's knowledge. That's how you increase. I
think it's definitely a blessing for everybody.
Growth. Yeah, 100%. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
It's been an honor having you.
Thank you. I feel honored as well.
Thank you. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into the third episode of the Gamepreneurs podcast. I hope you could have enjoyed this week's. If you're stuck till this far, you're a real one. But yeah, like I was saying, even if you've gotten the tiniest bit of value from this week's podcast, that is a win in my books. So thank you so much, and until the next episode, thank you. Have a great day.